please watch out what is your attitude towards your own self. That will define everything in your life, Ash. Everything. Are you taking yourself for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Are you taking your health for granted, your body for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Are you taking your thoughts for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Because then it means you don't respect yourself. You don't love yourself. You're not your friend. And if these are the three conditions, you don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself, you're not friendly with your own self, then you don't want to spend time with your own self. You follow me.
Pranam Gurudev. This question has come from Ash J, and in this question, the sadhak is asking, how can we cultivate a deep connection with our inner self and gradually lessen the need for external company and social interactions?
The the famous line I would say on this is that there's a friend request in your box waiting to be accepted, and that's from you. You accept friend requests for all the people in the world, Ash. You don't accept your own friend request. That's the problem. What is your attitude towards the self? If I ask you who's your best friend, will you name people outside or will you name yourself? Is the question. If you name yourself that I'm my best friend, only then some hope is possible. Otherwise, we will always be outward driven, external driven. We will continue to try and gain. We'll continue to be slave, basically, Ash. Why slaves? Because we will continue to gain people's appreciations, approvals, and validations. Appreciation, approval, validation. Because when you're outer driven, that's all we do. We try to influence and impress people so that we get approval, appreciation, validation. That's all we do. It's a slavery. So, where do you start from? My my question to you is please watch out what is your attitude towards your own self. That will define everything in your life, Ash. Everything. Are you taking yourself for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Are you taking your health for granted, your body for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Are you taking your thoughts for granted? If yes, there's a problem. Because then it means you don't respect yourself. You don't love yourself. You're not your friend. And if these are the three conditions, you don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself, you're not friendly with your own self, then you don't want to spend time with your own self. You follow me. Anybody you don't love, anybody you don't respect, anybody you don't feel friendly with, you don't want to spend time with them, right? So now you don't spend time with you, with your own self. That's where the problem will start to begin. And you will start to look outward. Yeah. Now, the other side of the story. Please listen to this carefully. When you fall in love with somebody, what do you do? When you fall in love with somebody, what you do? You want to express, you want to write love letters to them, messages to them, right? When was the last time you wrote a letter to your own self? Let me ask you. Ever? In the modern language, we would talk about writing a diary or a journal. Do you talk to yourself, Ash? If not, please start to talk to yourself. How do you talk to yourself? Not in the head. That's chatter. That's not self talk. That's garbage. What is self talk? Self talk really means I sit down in a quiet place. I open my diary. I write notes to myself. Hey, Ash, do you know there's this beautiful aspect about you? Do you know that your heart always feels great when you help somebody out, Ash? You write these things, notes to your own self. Ash, when you start to eat food, you're usually watching TV. I don't think you're really aware of the food that you're eating, Ash. You write notes to yourself. These are love letters you are writing to the beloved sitting inside you, Ash. Do that as a step. Number two, when you're in love with somebody, what do you want to do most? You want to spend time with them. Do you ever spend time with you? And what does spending time mean? With the beloved, what do you do? You just want to hold the hand of the beloved and watch the stars and the moons and the sky and the trees and the river and everything. You just want to hold the hand. Similarly, do you spend time with yourself? You, your cup of chai, just by yourself, sitting and enjoying the beauties of nature all around. We call it spending quality time in relationship. Do you do that? If not, please start to do that. I'm giving you tools and tips. How do you develop this self relationship? Yeah. So start to spend this time with you. Once you do that, Ash, you will be very astonished. There are deeper beliefs and notions that you have. When you spend time with your own self, when you start to write notes to your own self, your own deeper beliefs, which are actually shaping your life today. Most of these beliefs and notions you don't even know. They don't come on the surface. They make you act, but you don't know why you're acting in a certain way in a certain situation. Because these are deep rooted beliefs, notions that are working and that are pushing your action. Unfortunately, we don't know these beliefs. As we start to spend time with ourselves, we start to observe our patterns. We start to see our beliefs. We start to see what is my strength. What are the gifts of the divine that has been nature has bestowed me with? What are my real gifts? You start to polish those gifts. You start to harness those gifts. Yeah. And then the dormant potentialities lying under your being, they will start to get awakened. These are layers that we are removing as we do it in an onion. The dormant potentials that we have, they start to manifest themselves. They start to come on the surface. Bingo. That's now the life starts to manifest itself through you. Again, watch the words here. This is really when life starts to manifest through you the way it is supposed to be, not the mental disease or the physical ailments. No, life wants to manifest through you in a very beautiful, in a positive way, in a very way of abundance, in a way of nurturing, and that will then start to happen. And lastly, I create the surrounding around you in your lifestyle, create such a lifestyle that all of these steps that I shared with you are possible. Spending time with you is possible. Writing letters with you is possible. Listening to your favorite music while not looking at the phone. All of these things become possible. Create a conducive environment around you. The environment is very important, Ash. So create the conducive environment. In that conducive environment, there is no scope for constant messaging on the phone or social media on the phone. That's not conducive environment then. Keep all of these distractions aside. Only then you will really be able to know yourself, become friend with your own self, give your own self quality solitude and quality silence. I use two words, solitude and silence, but I added an adjective here, quality. Silence and quality solitude, where the the onslaught of technology and the media is not there, where the disturbances and distractions are not there. Once you do this, you will see you will become your best friend, not in an egoistic way, not in an obsessive self-love way, deep respect, deep reverence for your own self, not obsessive. Why this deep self respect and reverence? Because you will start to realize there is divinity sitting inside you. And that divinity is what really is making you alive. It's not your mind that is making you alive, it's the divinity in you that is making you alive. It's not the breath that is making you alive, it's the divinity in you that is making this breath go in and out. You will start to touch that layer. Yeah. So, and once you become your best connect, your dependence on the world outside, your greediness of the people's attention, your need for people's approval, and validation will all start to go away. That does not mean you'll become a solo player in life. Now you will be so filled with this exuberant energy in you that whosoever you meet and talk, you will just knowingly or unknowingly spread this exuberant, joyful energy all around because that is what is in you. Remember, whatever is in you will manifest or will be spread around. If it's stress and negativity, that will you will spread and share that all around. If it's hatred and anger, that is what you will share all around. If it is friendship, care, compassion, reverence, that is what you will share around. Because you can't share anything with the world if you don't have it. So you need to cultivate these things within you. I'm glad you asked this question. It shows that you want to move towards this side of life, which is a great blessing. So meditate over this, listen to this again, and I'm sure it's going to help you. Thank you.